So I'm going to show you how to stabilize the fuel in your gas and diesel. Now this is important because if gasoline sits, it will degrade, especially gasoline, diesel as well, but it'll get algae, it'll get gummed up. And the problem is that there's ethanol in gasoline. It's really hard to find gasoline that has no ethanol, so just assume that your gasoline will have ethanol, and that will clog the injectors, it'll just wreak havoc. So here's another really helpful tip that I had to learn through trial and error. If you're going to store your generator, like most people will, because you're not using this on a regular basis and flushing the old gas out and replacing it, you're going to want to store just a little bit of this in it. Now what this is true fuel. There's other models, this is just the one that I like, and this is ethanol free fuel, so this is okay to store for longer periods. I would still recommend running at least every 6 months, if not more often, for your generator, but this also works in any 4-cycle engine, so you can use it in your mower, your weed whacker through the winter, and you just pour it in the tank. You don't have to measure it out, just pour it in. So this is what I would recommend in a generator. Now let's try, well, we'll try firing this up afterwards, but the point of this video is to show how to store gasoline and diesel long term. So let's look at what I recommend, and there's other options on the market. This is what I've had good success with. Pri-G and Pri-D. So Pri-D, the D stands for diesel, and that is what you'll use for your diesel gas can. I know I probably should say gas can, but your diesel fuel can. The Pri-G is what you'll use for your gasoline fuel can. And it's very easy to measure, and you can put in slightly too much and it's fine. And what this does is it prevents buildup of deterioration, gum, varnish, carbon. That's for the diesel. For the Pri-G, it prevents carbon, sludge, and varnish, clogged fuel injectors, sticky valves. So you want to add this to the fuel when you're storing your fuel long term. On the back it says add 1 ounce of Pri-G to 16 gallons of fuel. So what we're going to do is basically cut that into 1/3. These gas cans are about 5 gallons and they're pretty much full. So what we're going to do is add 1/3 of an ounce. Again, it says add 1 ounce to 16 gallons. So we're going to add 1 ounce, 1/3 of an ounce to each can. So we're going to measure that by adding, this is about a 1/2 ounce. You know, we can try to siphon off a little bit more. That's about a 1/2 ounce. And we're only going to add about a 0.3. So you can see from here to here is 1/2. So that means from here to here, more or less. So we're going to add it down to right about below the 1/2. That should be about 1/3 of an ounce for these small cans. We're going to start with the G, and again, red is gas. So these have these California safety locks on them. They're real pain. I hope I can do this with gloves on. Okay, and I also have a funnel if that would be helpful, but I don't want to cross-contaminate gas and diesel. So again, double check, triple check, even put the diesel away. You never want to combine gas with diesel or anything made for gas with diesel. So again, we're going to add about 1/3 just below the numbers 1/2, and that should be good for the gas. So we'll do it slow. All right, that's good. So that's all you need for that size tank for gas. And then that will last up to 1 year. So I added duct tape on here, and let's make sure we replace the nozzle before Murphy's Law hits and the whole thing spills. Gasoline is considered hazmat. So you can see here, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to line out the last time we treated it, and then we're going to add today's date, which is the 6th, I believe. All right, and then we'll just do the same thing for the diesel, and that way we'll remember that we're good until November 6, 2021, but it'd be better if we used it before then.